I had to wait a few days to even process and understand what was happening. So, I'm just watching all this stuff happen, and it's so now, of course, Israel is, there's a war. They've declared war. And they're now, bombing Gaza, and now there is probably a humanitarian crisis on the other end, whereas Gaza civilians are dying as well, just like Israeli civilians died. This is war. This is what happens. This is ugly. And so a few thoughts, because I'm watching the reactions to this on social media. And the first thought that I had was that it was very interesting, by the way, to see people like Amy Schumer or these other celebrities finally start going like, well, these colleges are a little liberal. These colleges are a little woke, huh? Because all over American colleges now, they're doing kill the Jews. Everywhere, from Yale to Harvard to Tufts, where those guys were on paragliders going over the border into Israel and then just shooting people randomly. And the kids at Tufts University were like, well, that's kind of creative. They were like, that's pretty smart. And those are things you say in your dorm. Shh, you don't say them out loud. But they're saying them in like law reviews. They're writing them down in pieces of paper that people can look at years from now. Like, I think the NYU came out and was like, all of the violence that's going on is we lay it on the doorstep of Israel. This is all of these colleges are now saying, hey, decolonize. What do you think it looks like? What do you think it means? It means a couple of infants get killed. A couple of women and children get killed. And this is really taken, and Black Lives Matter, by the way, put up get this up, they put up like a meme, and this is not even a thing. They had to make this. They have a meme of a guy in the paraglider thing going, I stand with Palestine. Now, you have to remember, this is on the day, or maybe the day after, that the news broke, where you were seeing the most vicious, horrific scenes you've ever witnessed, really. I mean, really, really bad. Now, I'm not saying that there aren't other things happening that are just as bad, or that if you looked, you could find them. I'm not a naive moron. You guys know that. You've listened to this show, but this is in your feed. You wake up, you got the French toast in your mouth, and you're like, God, it was crazy. Black Lives Matter Chicago goes and tweets that. That is all. That is it. And it's I stand with Palestine. God, now, all of these celebrities had been duped for years. All you had to realize, all you had to know what a con is. I knew Black Lives Matter was a con because I know what cons are. I worked in a subprime mortgage office. I know what cons are. I know the look and the smell and the shape of a con. A con is pretty identifiable if you know one, or if you've seen one, or if you've pulled one. And I knew exactly what that was. It was this very, for example, do Black Lives Matter? Like the way you say, everybody goes, yeah. Like, of course, like, who's saying no? Right? So, but then when you did the tiniest amount of research into it, it's run by these 4 women. They're all avowed Marxists, meaning that they don't believe in anything that people, purport to believe in